Gonna walk the dog, talk about some marketing. It is 2025 in January, and the internet. I know a lot about the internet. Let's talk about the internet, and specifically reaching people on the internet. We have these tech giants that are running the internet right now, owned by billionaires. And what they want, the economy that they operate in, is the attention economy. They want your attention. And they're vying for your attention and your customers' attention. So you are competing against them. And in theory, you're creating content that the tech giants should serve to your customers. And if you are a good enough player in the game, you get viral videos. And then that becomes a mindset, especially once the algorithm's really good about when your posting schedule starts to slow down. They give you one that does a little bit better, and you get that dopamine rush, and you want to create and chase that viral moment. And you end up living your life and thinking about your day-to-day about what can I do today to create a piece of content once you get further down the road, once you get comfortable. And you start to lose the fact that you can just live in the moment and enjoy your life. And there are a few enough people that can support your endeavors that also want to live in that moment and want to hear about what you have to say and don't want to rely on an algorithm to get that message. But you need to deliver to them efficiently and effectively because you are still subject to some of the rules of the attention economy. So what I'm proposing is that you don't care about the viral videos. Don't worry about if you're a local business or you're a farmer homestead and you're selling chickens and you have 100 chickens, 1,000 chickens, 10,000 chickens. If somebody across the country or around the world sees your video, who cares? You want your local customer base to see that video, that piece of marketing, so that they're furthering their relationship with you. They trust you and they're coming and converting, becoming customers and giving you money. And that's who we're going to focus on, not that internet virality. So living in the moment, appreciating what you do, and occasionally saying, I get this question all the time at the farmer's market. People email me this question all the time, and I just wish people knew this. You know, we work so hard to raise our chickens this way. What if people why can't they see it? Well, you got to capture it, and you got to share it with them. And so you use the social media platforms like YouTube as a tool to host your media, to host your marketing material. But don't worry about virality. Yes, you should set it up properly, and we can discuss that if there's enough interest on this channel. But then you have that link, that URL. Instead of sending a 300 megabyte file to somebody over text message, you can send them a URL. They may be able to easily share it with somebody else then. You can include that URL in your newsletter. You can send it out as an SMS marketing. You can put it up on your website and embed that video. You can use it in multiple places because you've given it a distribution point. And when we circle back to why we made that video in the first place, we weren't focused on internet virality. We didn't want to go viral. It doesn't matter if you get 1 million views, because most people who get 1 million views on that miscellaneous video, it does nothing for them. It goes nowhere. What you want are a few high quality views of the people that you're actually trying to reach. You want to focus on what the impact of that piece of marketing is. If it's letting some steam off and just giving a farm tour and saying, this is it world, hooray, then that was the point of the video. You know, send that one to your mom and your aunt. But if you're trying to build value into what you do and tell your story so people have some background when they meet you in person at a wholesale distribution point, a meat CSA drop point for pre-orders, a farmer's market, talking to a chef, whatever. If you put out some media on the internet about yourself, people will have some context, will build that relationship, and you'll be able to prove that you're not a robot. Now, I get some of your hesitation because when you put your information out on the internet, you're exposing yourself. And you're exposing yourself to the Wild West that is the internet. And let me tell you, it is a red hot dumpster fire right now. And it's not really appealing to be on the internet. Like, it messes with my head constantly. I have to go for walks in nature and talk to my cell phone so I can post it on the internet. Where's I going with that? And that can really play with your head, and I appreciate that. But if you're trying to make some money or make connections or build a platform or a brand, it's where you're going to be right now, because nobody's building just a purely local brand, or fewer people are building just a purely local small brand. It's very possible people are doing it. You just don't hear about them much because they don't need the internet, which is nice. Shop local. The good friends of mine had a really open conversation about that exact thing, about internet bullies, about publishing content. They've been doing this for well over 10 years. I think it's been over 10 years since they published their first video on YouTube. 300,000 subscribers, making a full-time living off of what they do. And I love their content. I watch it all the time. They had a huge series last year about taking their entire family and moving to Alaska for 3 months and walking the walk and saying, I want to live off-grid, you know, be an off-grid prepper homesteader. What does that look like? And they found some hard truths in there and some really like enlightened moments that were just fantastic. And when I pull up I consume a lot of YouTube content, video content. That's why I feel very comfortable interacting this way, because then I have this kind of group of homesteaders that I watch their content, they watch my content, but then we talk on the side. It's great. But one of my faves would be Austin and Kendra of Homesteady. They've been good friends for years, and I love their approach. They're very open and honest. It takes a lot of bravery to cry on camera, but I totally get it, and internet bullies will get in your head, and I want them to know through today's video, because they have been able to both make viral content and then very impactful content, and they've been able to toe the line where I respect them very much and their decision and their approach to what they do. And if you're thinking at all about putting video up on the internet, even whether or not you're starting a YouTube channel formally, I would go and watch Austin and Kendra's video, and I will link to that in the description and in a comment and in the video links or whatever. It will show up somewhere, but you can go to Homesteady and figure out why to or to not start a YouTube channel in 2025. Now, I'm gonna stop talking on the internet and go enjoy the rest of my dog walk before I start my day. It is also 20 degrees and my hand is getting cold. Talk to you soon. Bye.